the bridal party expect in what they should participate in, as far as the clothing, or whether it's the day of, the day before, or even bachelorette parties?
Yeah, so I think definitely when you ask for a bridal party, I would kind of set expectations at that point. You definitely want to be upfront with them about any kind of cost or time obligations and what you're going to expect. Because you don't want hurt feelings on either side. You're asking these people because they're so important to you.
Yeah.
You certainly don't want this to come between, friendships.
Right.
So letting them know, hey, as a bridesmaid, I'm going to want you to be at my bachelorette party and my bridal shower, the rehearsal dinner, and you're going to have to buy a dress, or whatever those kind of expectations are.
Yeah.
And then being really cognizant too. These people are super important to you. So you probably know if they're, what their general financial state is.
Right. You don't want to send people into debt.
No.
And they're probably in multiple weddings usually.
Right.
For a few years.
Right. And this can be a big commitment. So, and not only that, maybe they have to take a couple days off to travel to your wedding,
right.
But they don't have any other vacation time to take days off to go to bridal shower and a bachelorette party and things like that. So definitely have open communication on that.
Yeah.
I think kind of those standard things is that most bridal party members do come to your bachelorette party, a bridal shower if they're local. That's not always possible. And then your bridal party tends to 98% of the time be at the rehearsal and rehearsal dinner, and then obviously wedding. And then if there's anything after the wedding, if you're having a brunch or something like that, it's obviously great if they can make it. But it's not always possible if they're traveling, of course. So kind
Sure.
of having those discussions, and then letting them know, hair and makeup is going to be an additional cost, or I'm able to cover this for you. A lot of people will kind of cover that cost as a gift to their bridal party,
sure.
in place of other things. So just kind of keeping that stuff in mind.
Okay. And I think you hit the nail on the head there, right? In setting expectations, because these are your friends. This is your family, and that's the importance of a wedding, right? And then the other kind of thing to consider is including animals. This is Pickles, by the way. How can you include, your pets in your bridal party? In your bridal party, yeah.
So I think definitely asking your venue, what their restrictions are, if you're allowed to include them, and then they can certainly be cute kind of ring bearers or flower girls. I would just make sure that you have thought through what that means. So have somebody at the end of the aisle who can collect them, so they're not kind of sitting through that whole ceremony.
Sure.
And probably ceremony and maybe a few pictures is about where you're limited. They're probably not going to be guests at your reception.
Yeah.
There can be other fun ways to incorporate them into a signature cocktail, or a guest book,
sure.
or something like that.
No, that's fair. I mean, Pickles couldn't sit for a 10-minute podcast.
Exactly.
So a 4-hour reception is probably going to be a little hard.
Gonna work.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And actually, I did want to go back to Pickles distracted me, but I wanted to go back to the other point that you were making around, again, setting expectations. Again, I really want to echo how important that is, because you don't want to lose friendships and relationships because someone didn't attend a bridal shower,
yeah.
a second bridal shower, because there's a lot of these things that happen, and a lot of people are very, very excited, and people will throw, your future mother-in-law may throw you one, and your mom may throw you one, and then your friends, and you really want to take into account and be empathetic with everyone's situation as far as those expectations.
Definitely, and I think it's true on both sides. As the bride and groom, you want to make sure you set the expectations, but as someone who's being asked to be a part of a bridal party, you want to also set those expectations from the beginning. Hey, I am so honored, but I don't have any vacation time, so I'm not going to be able to come to any events, or money is really tight, I may not be able to afford this. Set those expectations from the beginning so that way feelings don't get hurt. And then if you don't think you can take on that responsibility without hurting the friendship, you can always kind of address whether or not there's going to be another role for you instead of bridesmaid or groomsman.
Sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you again for all the amazing advice. It's pretty clear that you've done this a few times. As far as, in closing, we always ask, what are